Hello students, welcome to the subject of complex variable and partial differential equation. Myself Dr. Ankit Acharya, and this is our second lecture for the chapter complex number. So in last lecture, in very first lecture, we discussed about how we define complex number, addition, subtraction, how we define, and also we defined principal argument and some of the very good examples of principal argument, that how we can find principal argument and how we can express any complex number into polar form. So this is our second lecture, and in today's lecture we discuss about how we can find square root of any complex number and very important de Moivre's theorem. So let's see how we can solve all this example. So here you can see that square root of any complex number, okay, if you want to find let z is equal to x plus iy for is any complex number, then square root of z, that means square root of x plus iy, and this is the formula which is very important formula that you have to remember: square root of mod z plus x divided by 2 plus sine of y. This is sine of y. Sine of y means if sine of y is positive if y greater or equal to 0 and negative if y less than 0. So sine of y into I, square root of mod z minus x divided by 2. And clearly we know that what is mod z? Mod z is nothing but r, and r is equal to square root of x square plus y square, okay, and that is exactly the distance from the origin to that complex number, okay. So let's see how we can solve some of the example using this formula. So this is our first example: find the square root of minus 7 plus 24i. So what is our x? The value of x, that is minus 7, and the value of y, that is 24, okay. The value of x is minus 7 and the value of y is 24. First of all we find mod z, the value of mod z, and that is equal to square root of x square plus y square, and that is equal to square root of x square, so 49, plus y square, so 576, because 24 square, that is 576, and this is exactly the square root of 625, and the mod z, that is 25, okay. Okay, clear? Now what is the formula to find square root of minus 7 plus 24i? And that is if you want to find square root of z, that is equal to plus or minus in bracket square root of mod z plus x divided by 2 plus sine of y, okay, sine of y into I, square root of mod z minus x divided by 2, okay. And now put all this value, so plus or minus square root of mod z. What is the value of mod z? Mod z is 25, so 25 minus x, so minus 7 divided by 2 plus sine of y. Sine of y is positive, so positive sine I, square root of mod z minus x, so that is 25 plus 7 divided by 2, okay, clear? And now we know that 25 minus 7, that is 18, 18 divided by 2, 9, and square root of 9 is 3. So the answer is plus or minus, I can write 3 plus I, 25 plus 7, so that is 32, 32 divided by 2, 16, square root of 16, 4. So plus or minus 3 plus 4i, okay. So this is our final answer, plus or minus 3 plus 4i, that is the square root of minus 7 plus 24i, clear? Now let's solve one more example. I want to find and I want to solve this quadratic equation in terms of z. So z square minus 5 plus I into z plus 8 plus I, that is equal to 0. So compare this equation with az square plus bz plus c, that is equal to 0. So what is the value of a? The value of a is 1. The value of b, that is minus 5 plus I. The value of c, that is 8 plus I, okay. And so that's why first of all the value of z, that is we can write minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. We know that this formula, and put the value of a, b, c. So minus minus plus, because the value of b is minus 5 plus I. So we here 5 plus I plus 5 plus I plus or minus square root of b square. B square means 5 plus I whole square minus 4 a into c. So 4 into 1 into c, that is 8 plus I, and divided by 2a. So 2. Now simplify this term. So I just write here. So this equal to, z is equal to 5 plus I plus or minus square root of, okay, square root of, first of all 25, see 5 square, 25 plus I square, okay, last term is I square in first term, so 25 minus 1, so that is 24, 24 minus 32, okay, 4 into 8, 32, so this is 24 minus 32, so minus 8, and the middle term is plus 10i, and here minus 4i, so clearly plus 6i and divided by 2, okay, clear. And now I want to find out the value of square root of minus 8 plus 6i using the previous formula, okay. So now just try to, now what is my next target? We find the value of, we find square root of minus 8 plus 6i, okay, we find square root of minus 8 plus 6i. So square root of minus 8 plus 6i, that is equal to, what is the formula? Plus or minus, in bracket, first of all mod z, okay. What is the value of mod z? Mod z is square root of x square plus y square, and clearly x is minus 8, y is 6, so x square plus y square, that is 64 plus 36, so that is 10, square root of 100, so 10. So formula is, what is our formula? Mod z plus x divided by 2 plus I sine of y, okay, sine of y into I square root of mod z minus x divided by 2, okay. So put this value, mod z, that is 10, so that's why plus or minus square root of 10, x is minus 8, so 10 minus 8 divided by 2 plus I, here also sine of y is 6, positive, okay, so positive sign, square root of 10 plus 8 divided by 2, okay, x is minus 8, so 10 minus 8, so 10 plus 8 divided by 2, so 10 minus 8, 2 divided by 2, 1, so square root of 1, that is 1, so plus or minus 1 plus, here 10 plus 8, 18, 18 by 2, 9, and square root of 9 is 3, so plus or minus 1 plus 3i. Now put this value in our previous equation, okay, put this value here. So what is the value of z? Z is equal to, I can write, z is equal to, just I write here, 5 plus I, so 5 plus I plus or minus 1 plus 3i, and divided by 2 is already there, so divided by 2. So now you can see that what is the value of z, okay. First I take positive sign, so 5 plus 1, so that is 6, 6 divided by 2, so 3, then I plus 3i, okay, so 4i divided by 2, so plus 2i. So this is my first value, or the second value I can write 5 minus 1, so that is 4, 4 divided by 2, so 2, okay, and I minus 3i, so I minus 3i minus 2i divided by 2, so 2 minus I. So these two are roots of the quadratic equation, this given quadratic equation, okay. So first of all, in today's lecture, first of all we discuss about how we can find square root of complex number, and using that square root of complex number you can solve some of this type of example quadratic equation. Let's discuss our next topic, de Moivre's theorem, very important concept. If n is a rational number, then the value or one of the value of cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n, that is exactly cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Now this is very important formula, you have to remember cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n, that is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. As for example, let's take some of the simple examples so you can easily understand. Suppose you have cos pi by 8 plus I sin pi by 8 raised to 8. So 8 is a rational number clearly. So you can multiply this 8 with our angle, okay, with our angle pi by 8. So this actually cos 8 into pi by 8 plus I sin 8 into pi by 8. So this 8 is cancel out, okay, and we know that this is now cos pi plus I sin pi, and the value of cos pi, that is minus 1. So this is minus 1, sin pi is 0, so the final answer is minus 1. So this is just a simple example. Using that example you can easily understand, okay. Let's solve some of the example. Find the real and imaginary part of minus 1 minus I raised to 7 plus minus 1 plus I raised to 7. Very important example. This example asked in so many times in GTU examination. So let's see how we can solve this example. First of all, I want to write this both the complex number minus 1 minus I and minus 1 plus I into polar form, okay. And for that, you know that for that we need r and theta. So first of all, I want to write minus 1 minus I. Now minus 1 minus I is in which quadrant? Minus 1 minus I is in third quadrant, right? Both are negative, x and y both are negative. And for third quadrant, we know that what is my theta? Theta is equal to alpha minus pi, okay. This is just a rough work, so you can easily understand. Theta is equal to alpha minus pi. And what is my alpha? Alpha is tan inverse mod y by x. So in this case, alpha is tan inverse 1, and the value of tan inverse 1, that is pi by 4. So this is pi by 4 minus pi, okay. So that is minus 3 pi by 4. Clear? For minus 1 minus I. And suppose we discuss about minus 1 plus I. For minus 1 plus I, in which quadrant minus 1 plus I? In second quadrant, okay. And second quadrant, what is your theta? The value of theta, that is pi minus alpha, and alpha is fixed. Alpha is again, once again you will get tan inverse 1, that is pi by 4. So pi minus pi by 4, so that is 3 pi by 4, okay. So just try to understand the value of theta for minus 1 minus I, that is minus 3 pi by 4, and the value of theta for minus 1 plus I, that is 3 pi by 4, okay. And r, what is the value of r? R is square root of x square plus y square. So what is the value of r? R, that is equal to square root of x square plus y square, and that is exactly root 2, okay. Clear? Root 2, square root of 1 plus 1, root 2. So now you can easily understand that how we can write polar form for both this complex number. So let's see. So minus 1 minus I, okay, that can be written as r into cos theta plus I sin theta, okay. So minus 1 minus I, that is equal to, what is the value of r? R is root 2. What is the value of theta? Minus 3 pi by 4, okay. I already explained minus 3 pi by 4, so I can write cos 3 pi by 4 minus I sin 3 pi by 4, because of cos is an even function and sin is an odd function. Now I just want to write minus 1 minus I raised to 7. So I can write root 2 raised to 7 cos 3 pi by 4 minus I sin 3 pi by 4 raised to 7, okay. So that's why root 2 raised to 7 cos 21 pi by 4 minus I sin 21 pi by 4 using de Moivre's theorem, okay. This 7 you can multiply with this angle 3 pi by 4, so 3 pi by 4 into 7, so 21 pi by 4. So minus 1 minus I raised to 7, we can call it equation number 1. Now I want to write minus 1 plus I raised to 7, okay. So minus 1 plus I raised to 7, okay. First of all, just write minus 1 plus I, okay. So you can easily understand minus 1 plus I that is equal to root 2 cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. So cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4. Okay, and now minus 1 plus I raised to 7, that can be written as root 2 raised to 7. Using De Moivre's theorem, we get root 2 raised to 7, and here cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sin 3 pi by 4 raised to 7. So once again, cos 21 pi by 4 plus I sin 21 pi by 4. Okay, so call it equation number 2. Now just add this to equation 1 plus 2. Okay, equation number 1 and equation number 2. So minus 1 minus I raised to 7 plus minus 1 plus I raised to 7. So root 2 raised to 7 will be common term in both the case. Okay, so we get, first of all, we get cos 21 pi by 4 minus I sin 21 pi by 4, and then plus cos 21 pi by 4. Okay, now in bracket, so plus I sin 21 pi by 4. So clearly this minus I sin 21 pi by 4 and plus I sin 21 pi by 4, this two term will be cancelled out. So that's why this equal to, I can write root 2 raised to 7 into 2 cos 21 pi by 4. Now 21 pi by 4, I can write root 2 raised to 7 and 2 as it is. This 21 pi by 4, I can write 5 pi plus pi by 4. Okay, 5 pi plus pi by 4. So 5 pi here and plus pi by 4, that means you have to go anti-clockwise. So now you are in third quadrant. Okay, and we know that on third quadrant only tan function is positive, all as TC. So in third quadrant tan and cot are positive, cos is negative. So this is exactly minus cos pi by 4. Okay, so root 2 raised to 7 into 2 minus cos pi by 4. And what is my cos pi by 4? That is root 2 raised to 7 to minus 1 by root 2. So 1 root 2 is cancelled out. Okay, now here we have root 2 raised to 6. So that is 2 raised to 3, and 2 raised to 3 into 2. So that is minus 16. Okay, so this is our first example for De Moivre's theorem. There are so many examples that we will discuss on later on. So in today's lecture, just we discuss about how we can find square root of complex number, how we can find out the solution of quadratic equation in the form of Z, and De Moivre's theorem, and we just solve first example of our De Moivre's theorem. So thank you.